Good morning, everybody. I don't know why I did that, but why do I do anything ever? Now we're getting close to our highest rating again. We're at 1927 right now. I think my highest is like 1940 or something. Oh wow, I beat a 2K1 player yesterday. Go me. Yeah, I beat a guy who's 21-12. Oh yeah. All right. Und now? $115 is a lot. Really makes me question your sanity, to be honest. All right. Ornlu's ISP, yeah. Anyway, looks like we have a bit of time this morning. I'm pretty curious as to how this series is going to go, because Lewis has the best chances of any player who is in, who came up from Gold League, in my opinion, to make it out of group. But he is running into ACCM. All right, has access to a unique upgrade to a generic unit, has Paladin, has an food bonus, and has access to all of Skirm, Hussar, and Elite. Elite Halb, yes, Elite Halb. Civ Emblem has an animal, and has a unit with more than 310 HP. Alrighty. This can't be that many civs. Siege Ram is 270. This can't even be Persians because they don't have paladins anymore. But Persians can be here. A food bonus. But there is no civ with Battle Elephant and Paladin. Ah, but Celtic Fury, that's right. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Good, good, good. Alright, so this was probably the next most restrictive. Has Paladin... Yep. I think it should just be Lith. Yeah, it was Celts. Has food bonus. This can be polls. Adds percent. Really? Really? Alright, so... What is the Aztec unique upgrade to a generic unit? No, that's unique, like, unit upgrade. Like, Hofnitsa, or Winged Hussar, or Imp Camel, or Imp Skirm. No, they don't count. I just tried polls, and they're like, no, that doesn't count. Hmm. But, like, what do we have? Imp Camels. Neither of these work. Bohemians and Vietnamese, neither of those work. For either of these. Persians we already did here. I mean, I guess... But then, like, what do we do instead of, Oh, Romans work here, yeah. Yeah, we could switch. We could do the old Reddit switcheroo. Alright, this one should be much more straightforward. Civ Emblem has an animal. Spanish have a lion. Ketons have a bird of some kind. Oh my god, it doesn't count Ketons either? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah. Huns or Teutons work here. Paladin and a food bonus. Oh, Frank stuff. Oh, no, they need an animal. Not Paladin. They don't need Paladin. Teutons don't have a food gather rate boost. Oh, Britons. Yeah, this one had to be Persians. And this one had to be Khmer. This one had to be Kelso. This had to be Burmese. This one had to be Britons. Interesting, interesting. How we coming, guys? still doing the Civ draft. We've been doing very well recently. The Delta Crescent. Are we in maybe the delta of the Niger River? Niger River. Has RAM in stock? Maybe they should have downloaded some more. So obviously Sub-Saharan Africa, English speaking. Online RAM? Oh no. Maybe this is Kenya. I don't know. Outside Nairobi. Ah, closer to the border. Not bad, honestly. Not bad. Out in the sticks, though. The area around Bumala is the fertile part of the fertile Lake Victoria Basin, where farmers grow sugarcane, maize, and vegetables that supply local and cross-border markets. Yeah, some of the words looked kind of Bantu-y. Not that I'm an expert, but it kind of looked like it. Yeah, I mean, I only know Nairobi and Mombasa in Kenya. I don't know any other cities. Somewhere sandy. Somewhere rough and coarse that gets everywhere. Like, we're back to Sub-Saharan Africa. This is rough, guys. Yeah, I was thinking maybe Senegal. It looked kind of Saheli. Like, what the Saheli? Got the colorful stuff as well. It's a mule cart! It's a literal mule cart! Donkey, not in the slightest. Anyway. Yeah, it was, yeah. I figured we were probably out in the sticks, but I don't know anywhere else in Senegal. Kaffrine has warm Sahelian climate with hot, dry months followed by short but intense rainy season that transforms the fields into bright green plains. So we keep getting the country right, but we keep on being out in the sticks. Hey, we got the draft done. Of course it's high tides. Of course it's high tides. You know, well, the horses are larger, right? Zira Shitye. Definitely not Mexico. Yesi Kimbimi. Not a language I recognize. Kelinki Dentar... Turkish, I guess? Turkish has that stuff. Yeah, I think it's Turkish. No, it's not. Berlin! Guys, we're in Berlin! It said so! Albania? I know Albanian uses those X's like that, and it's just such a... Ah! Dang, I'm good, guys. Yeah, a little further south. Lushnje. City played a key role in Albanian history as the site of the Congress of Lushnje in 1920, which reaffirmed Albania's independence and national unity. Alright, I'm gonna get some coffee. What's up, baby? Excuse me. All right, we are in the 10th Prestige lobby. High Tides is going to be map number 1. They're probably going to play something like, Lithuanians and Georgians and Japanese and Dravidians and stuff like that. What do you know? Well, we are out in the sticks somewhere. Somewhere that has not yet achieved the civilizational upgrade of paved roads. Oh, this place has. Oh, jeez. That's exciting. It's a gift. Rural Russia, probably. I mean, I guess it could be another Cyrillic country, but... Math tells us it's probably Russia. Uh-huh. It's not Battlegrounds? Okay. Give them a call? Yeah, I'll ask them, what country are you in? And they'll be like, duh. Shagin Market. One of them Stan countries. It could be. Here, near Saratov. It was Kazakhstan. The area around Shchuchinsk, with rolling hills and rocky outcrops, has earned the nickname the Switzerland of Kazakhstan for its natural beauty. It wasn't close at all. What are you talking about? Literally 1,000 miles away. Alright. Let's get this Bologna out of here. It was indeed one of the Stan countries. Alright, it is High Tides, and I'm very interested to see how this set is going to go. We'll have Lewis in the green as the Italians to the west, and to the east in the cyan as the Georgians. To the correct place. There you go. So interesting because neither went for we didn't have Japanese picked, we didn't have Dravidians picked, and these sorts of more aggressive civs are what we would typically associate with this map. I mean, the other maps, I know there's African River and it's literally 3 hybrid maps. Well, I guess Mudflow's not really a hybrid map, but very similar vibe. Got the latitude right? Yeah. Georgians ever go for fish? Yeah, certainly. You have the free mule cart. Gives you a really, really nice early dock potential. And you can see that is exactly what ACCM is doing. And I'm afraid I do not know, Old Man Willow. I don't know. his country's flag? I mean, he typically does, What? Does he usually use England instead of the UK? Answering on his stream? Rip. I don't know, I've only ever seen Lewis use the UK flag. Nationals? Yeah, that's my understanding. Anyway, Lewis is also coming out over here, but this is the strength of the Georgians on these hybrid maps. You can just get that dock down so nice and quickly. Cross? Yeah, that was my assumption. The Cross of St. George, the Cross of St. Andrew, and a dragon, and Northern Ireland's, well, we never really officially agreed on one. No one will ever see it, for sure. Like in sports, yeah, I mean, it depends on the sporting event. Like for the World Cup, obviously, all of the constituent countries of the UK have their own teams, but for the Olympics, they all compete under the United Kingdom. So, yeah, it depends. But nice start here for ACCM, getting the fishing ships out even faster. So let's see. Is he clicking on up here? Looks like Lewis is about to as well. And there we go. On the way to Feudal Age for both players. Good stuff. So is it going to be the focus purely on the water? Are we going to see some terrestrial focus? Let us see. There is Lumen for both players. Oh! That could have been very bad air for Lewis. I mean, this is like gonna be such a high tides game, guys. Hashtag that's so high tides. Anyway, this is still good for ACCM, because although he couldn't deny the dock, the villager is now stuck, and therefore she is likely going to die. The funniest? Does it have a strange animal on it? I'm afraid I'm not familiar with the Falklands flag. I know all the vexillologists of the world are absolutely disgusted in me. Alright, DBA going to be in here for both, a little bit faster for ACCM, and it's just a basically mirrored opening. A sheep on a ship. There we go. That's pretty fun. Yeah, ACCM is the very heavy favorite. Oh, but a little bit of a slip up here from ACCM. Where is his own scout? Oh, never mind. A slip up from both players. It's oh, the mill does go down. Oh my goodness. Both players with like the exact same mistake in different locations. Still, the barracks is going to come in, and you don't yet have anywhere, any other villagers coming forward to help repair. Okay, there's one there, but he's still a long ways off. We have a demo now for both players. No! Oh, but the Splitterinos gonna buy Lewis some time. Alright, that just sinks the ship there. Okay, that was weird. Alright, Ville coming on back. But more ships coming in for both players. Laming a couple of goats. And that Vil will be able to escape, so nicely done for Lewis. Well, obviously just rack him, stack him up the damage. That's a demo ship going to be coming out here in just a moment. Oh, I think he's trying to keep the villager walled in, but yeah, Lewis ain't falling for that. But the demo's going to be out right here. Oh, decent. Actually, more than decent. A very good hit, in fact. And that fire galley is going to stay alive. This is getting better for Lewis. Both should lose a fire galley there. Still got the Vil in a very good spot. Still has all the HP he needs. There's another demo coming in. Archery range coming in over here. Lewis already has his own archery range in, and archers on the way. Oh my god, it's stuck. No! I mean, you just see how absolutely critical that repair Vil has been. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Oh! Being sick and tired of being sick and tired, though. Where are the ships? Looks like there is a bit of a... That is such nonsense. Oh my goodness. You deserve to die, lady. And ACCM getting some nice wins there. Meanwhile, Skirmisher's coming up at home for ACCM. He's grabbing the fletching upgrade. Eco balance, not so good for him, though. Too many Vils on gold. Probably not enough on wood. But ACCM is winning water. Even with the demo trapped. Anyway, he will see the archers with the scout cavalry. And the fire ship gonna continue to apply pressure. And let's see what... this isn't not gonna get anything. There's gonna be 5 skirms with full upgrades. Yeah, these archers ain't doing nothing, man. They're too similar? I don't think they're too similar. I can differentiate them, no problem, and I'm colorblind. Alright. Could Lewis be overspending on water? It's not overspending if you're making ACCM also spend resources on water. Oh, is the demo going to be able to blow anything up? I actually think it did get any amount of damage done there, which is more than it probably would. That feels getting low. But the fight should be transitioning more to the land at this stage. Market coming in. But now it's going to be Lewis who's winning control of water. Neither player's especially close to Castle Age. That is a lot of lumberjacks on one mule cart. Good demo hit there, though. Those fire galleys were busy chasing the fishing ships, which does leave them, once attacking the dock, a little bit exposed. Now, there is no demo in that dock. It is another fire galley. Oh, but the repairs coming in time. Archer over here will also be able to finish off ACCM's Vil. Mediocre demo hit there, and even another fishing ship is going to end up falling. Both players using the market, but Lewis is going to be getting up a little bit faster. Yeah, Vil goes down. Lewis, 5 villager kills to 3 losses. And he is on his way up. ACCM not going to be too far behind. ACCM very slightly ahead in res collected, res destroyed extremely similar as well. Now ACCM does have a larger army here on the land, but that probably won't matter too much. Yeah, still 5 fire galleys to 1. Yeah, those demos don't matter at all. Second range incoming. Oh, I just love these hamstery games. Oh, that Ville's having a bad day. 5 Ville kills each. Now, there are 2 fishing ships left for green, but it doesn't, at this point, represent a, super substantial amount of economy. And is Lewis going to add in more fishing ships? Oh, no, he adds in another fire. Yeah, no. There you go, Lewis. There you go. Getting more of those fisky mothers. Lewis also buying back 100 stone, looking to add TCs. Oh my god, he did it again! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I mean, sure, whatever. That's sad, ACCM, I'm sorry. TC immediately up there on the side. Lewis has his mix of ranged units. And that dock is going to go down in just a second. And what is ACCM doing? I mean, okay, Bodkin, sure. Third TC even coming in for Lewis, so he rushed up to Castle Age just to buy back the stone. Maybe it was just a decision he made afterwards, given the game state. But those units are not able to make it in. There is apparently a tree right here. Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, Lewis is fine. Second TC coming in. He's got water control guys. He's on 5 fishing ships now. He's going to be on 3 TCs. He's fully walled at home. And now the ball is in ACCM's court. He needs to do something. I mean, I guess you can try and retake water, but the engine driving Lewis's eco is now going to be on the land at this point as more farms are going to start to come in. Is 1 Civ favorable in this matchup? Not really. Don't think we can really say one way or the other. Cut down. Not the one over there. It was still at like 43 wood at the time or whatever, but now you're getting the wall behind it anyway. No, oh, sorry, 1 fortified church in here for ACCM here at the back, and the Georgian eco is going to be better than the Italian eco over the course of the game, for sure. And yet, Lewis is the one who's hanging in there, right? He's getting more defenses at home. He's just so safe here with his 3 TCs in the back of his base. He's got some monks queued up. And again, he has that water control. So the macro has been a little bit better for ACCM, but the micro has been a bit better for Lewis, and he's been better with the timings. So better at just getting up to that next age faster. He did it for both feudal and for feudal age at the same time. Castle age was a lot faster though. That's a big deal. And that is certainly leveraging the Italians right there for sure. Random archer over here is forced to commit Sudoku, forced to solve his own number puzzles. Not too sure. I guess he's just trying to scout with the random archers left over, but yeah, whatever. Not too big of a deal. Don't think ACCM is really going to try and focus on water all that much. Maybe try and force a bit more investment out of Lewis, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I mean, if the demo blows up 4 fishing ships, like ZOMG, it's worth, but obviously that's probably not going to happen. First Mangonel is on its way. And why do I have a corgi entering my abode? I do not recall asking for a corgi. Ooh, nice job. Snipes the Ville. And Lewis is 12 vills ahead, guys, with the same eco upgrades. It's like the demo died somewhere along the way. Oh, I think he was able to switch the conversion. No, he wasn't. Oh, a little unfortunate there for Lewis. All right, got Wheelbarrow coming in now. ACCM is the one who's mining stone, though. Both players are on the 3 TCs. ACCM's got a couple of 45 churches here at the back. Obviously, you'll want more. More, I say. Yeah, ACCM doing a good job here with his Feudal Age range. Donut says we still have more Feudal Age skirmishers coming in for Lewis, as nothing says Castle Age gameplay like Feudal Age skirmishers. You know, they're going down. Now at 6 fishing ships, 39 on food here for Lewis. Farming infrastructure really starting to come online. Mangonel around halfway done, but obviously there are 2 here. There's another forward villager from ACCM, which is of course exactly what you want to see. Outposts. You guys know I'm always a big fan of those. Unfortunately, ACCM doesn't have any chompy warriors. Build those guys on the front lines. Guys, I'm so hyped for the new DLC. Fortified Church. Freaking love these things. Alright. This is just pure micro. Handcart coming in for Lewis very quickly as well. Really trying to flex that eco. Have a good archery range? It's like mediocre. It's not all that exciting. You don't have Thumb Ring, you don't have Arbalest, but you do have Cav Archers that are like semi-okay, and you have Hand Cannoneers. But it really doesn't matter what a Civ's archery range tech tree is, because at least in Castle Age, they're almost all exactly the same. And the meta right now is almost entirely reliant on archery range units at the high levels. Alright. Yeah, I got some light cab coming in here from ACCM. It's a little MBL-esque, right? Just kind of going for this not all-in, mid-game push sort of dealio. It, like, needs to get some damage done, but doesn't need to, like, kill his opponent. It's a little MBL-esque, for sure. But it's cool, it's fun. Something a little offbeat. First relic coming in now for Lewis, adding in a 4th town center. Obviously, he is under a ton of pressure. Hello, Gigrati. Love these outposts from ACCM. Like, very good, smart, tactical play from him. Looks like Lewis is actually trying to do something similar here to the north, but is unsuccessful. And Imp is on the way for him. Got the monks here to defend. Hand Cannoneers? Well, not in this matchup, because you're not spamming a bunch of infantry as Italians, except condos, and those literally the last unit you want to spam Hand Cannoneers against. The Doubt Post, indeed. No, as this goes into the later stages of the game, ACCM will likely want to transition into spawn towers, because those are going to be essential for helping to deal with the blobs of Genoese crossbowmen and whatnot. And then you're still probably going to want some like siege weapons, a blob of Banaspa, that sort of thing. Now, Lewis is faster up to the Imperial Age, but it's not like he has a huge army that he can leverage some timing with. Lewis is also slightly ahead in resources, as again, his macro has been excellent. Or, you know, you could just go skirmishers. Never mind. What am I talking about? I was thinking like towers and siege and hussars running around. No, just skirmishers. Just skirmishers. Anyway, Genoese crossbowmen are on the field. Yep. Mangonel is going to get chased down and executed. Second castle here to the north, as we are getting into late game, but Lewis with a pretty clear pure mechanics advantage. Archery range there at the back. I think it's just to get Thumb Ring for the Genoese crossbowmen, which are going to form the core of his army. But ACCM's got skirmishers. Castle coming up on the hill, though. How many fortified churches does he have? He has 3 relics. Okay, more fortified churches. More, I say. He does need one like where these houses are, though, honestly. But he's got a good number, for sure. Gilnut's coming in. You are up to 11 fishing ships, but it's just a nice little boost at this point. Nothing too significant as far as your economy goes. Those Genbos are going to want to scooch back, and they will. And there's Fawn Towers and Stone Shaft Mining coming in. Remember, there is a lot of stone at the bottom of this map. ACCM's really going to want to secure it because, like I said, those Georgian defenses are absolutely critical against Italians. Because if it's just army v army, in a 1v1 setting, it's going to be tough for Georgians. Because the Genoese crossbowmen, they're going to scale so much faster. And they're obviously with bonus damage against any of your clippity-clop horsey units. I mean, honestly, this is a little scary. You got these cav units over here harassing your villagers. Treb War coming over here, but remember, Georgians are very good in that with the reduced bonus damage and cheaper repair. I mean, this is like the jankiest of jank. It was 2 knights, a light cav, and 3 mangonels. And yet, there is nothing here from Lewis that's in position to stop it, and he lost a ton of villagers. He's gonna lose the TC. Okay, there's 1 monk coming in. They're gonna try and convert a knight. ACCM doesn't need to pay attention and delete that guy. Or not. Still, some Genbos over here. Got a fortified church now at the front. But like I said, Georgians, very good in these castle wars. Bombard cannons are very much a big X factor, in fact. But you don't have more than 1 at the moment, and you're already back down to only 1 castle from which to train more Genoese crossbowmen. That said, good snipe there on the trebuchet from Lewis. He was himself going to be switching into hussars. Just a good meat shield unit. Rip that house, man. That house was in that was a very poorly thought out house location from the developer, man. I hope that was insured, man, but I don't know what kind of insurance company would cover a house built in the middle of a war zone. All right, more cav upgrades coming in. Monospas are still going to be your best unit in the late game as the Georgians. A top 5 civ? I tend to think so. They have a low win rate on ladder, which is why you have people online who say that the civ is not very good, but it's a bit of it's like the hardest cav civ to play, but also probably has the highest ceiling alongside Lithuanians. Monospa upgrades are slowly coming in. And the thing is, Lewis is going to have a really hard time pushing the castles. Italian siege is not very good. No siege engineers, no siege rams. I mean, good job sniping the trebuchets, and that's all good and stuff, but these castles are going to be such a nightmare to stop. Res Collected is still a little bit better for Lewis, though. He's just been ahead by 20 vills basically the whole game. And that just is something as simple as better macro. Bombard, it is something, for sure, but Bombards without siege engineers pushing uphill into Georgian castles that are cheaper to repair is less fun than you would like it to be as the Italians player. Remember, castles also get extra attack with Swan Towers. It's a pretty crazy upgrade, honestly. Iron Casting coming in. It is all light cav for the time being. You have your 18 Genoese crossbowmen, but they are not elite. They're otherwise fairly well upgraded, though, honestly. But yeah, this is going to take forever to destroy. Now we have elite Monospa coming in. Rebs, he's doing a very good job of that, in fact. Oh, ACCM's here to the south as well. This is what I was saying is going to be super important. Yeah, I mean, the Bombards are a super important tool in this matchup. Skirm's coming forward. Elite Monospa now in, but you're still missing +4 defense. Obviously, that's a biggin. But the Manaspa will obliterate the light cav. Light cav running around the back here. Guard tower coming in. It's going to be so tough to keep these Krebs alive, though, against the Manaspa, man. Big Hussar raid, though. Big Hussar raid, in fact. I mean, Lewis is just 40 pop ahead at the moment. 3 more TCs coming in. Got Treadmill Crane for ACCM. It is 4 relics to 1 as well, remember? But now the towers are going to start coming in, guys. Crop rotation! Rotate those crops, baby. Yeah, blacksmith upgrades still leave a fair bit to be desired here for ACCM. Interesting game number 1, though. Yeah, ACCM's already lost 40 villagers. Launch a counterattack! Lewis. Oh, the double tower coming in! Double tower. But like I said, this is where ACCM is going to be able to hang in there. These 2 castles, so tough to push. Oh! Nice pickup there, for sure. Blast Furnace also coming in. He's about to have fully upgraded Italian Hussars. But they're, like I said, going to trade very poorly against Manaspa. Very poorly. And the Res Destroyed certainly in favor of ACCM at this point. Except Lewis's resources overall are a lot better. I think especially in food, most likely. Yep, 4,000 food, 5,000 wood, less gold and stone, though. Which side do you like more? I think that the X factor are the defenses. I like it more for Georgians just because of those defenses. How on earth is that Trev not... Okay, there we go. More expensive than you'd like, for sure, there for ACCM, but still, snipe the Trev. Castle coming in here from Lewis, but remember, ACCM's going to have a lot more stone to play with overall, and like I keep saying, I do genuinely think that is the big X factor. Now, of course, the cavalry raid potential is even better for Georgians than it is for the Italians. Oh my god. Frickin' quick walls, man. And you don't want to be too sloppy with your gen bows. Also, it's 4-to-1 relics. Keep that in mind. Although Lewis did pick up crop rotation. Just adding in so many TCs. That's a lot of stone that you're spending on TCs, honestly. Nobody's singing? Yes, clearly. Also, siege ramps are going to be another very good option here for Georgians, potentially. But ACCM needs to keep his vills working. This eco is a lot worse than it should be overall. You can see that the total villager numbers killed are pretty similar, but Lewis has just been, like, ahead in villagers this whole time. But the tower creep is slowly starting to come online, and I think this is just going to be so tough for a Civ with bad siege and units that are not inherently good at knocking down buildings. It feels like Lewis has done better in the micro and macro, you know, the actual RTS mechanical skill. But it feels like ACCM is doing a good job of starting to win the chess match. More towers are incoming, and it feels like ACCM making sure that this middle area is nothing happening. There is almost nothing happening in the center area. Now we got the bombards coming again. ACCM's going to try and stop that. But that is just allowing these pushes up on the sides. It's allowing this map control to manifest. And obviously you need to defend against the raids here. But like I said, this is exactly how you want this game to start to look as ACCM. And now he's actually the one with the overall vill lead, and he's with more villagers killed than lost. Of course, again, you still have to be very cautious of these raids. Have any siege? Georgians have very good siege. You have everything except Bombard Cannon with full upgrade, so you have Siege Engineers. Yeah, fully upgraded everything else. Siege Rams, Siege Onagers, and Heavy Scorpions. More poking. Genbows are still not elite, by the way. You probably want to protect your trebuchets a little bit better than that. Just an idea, but, you know, what do I know about AoE? And now with all these fortified churches and keeps in the back of your base, it's going to be that much more annoying to try and raid. Yeah, I agree. Some siege ramps would be very good. The tower is continuing to Georgian Tower, though. We got 8 Monospis there. Oh, Cannon Galleons! There we go! No heated shot for Georgians. I mean, it's a well played game on both sides. Like, these are clearly two very, very good players. But I feel like ACCM's experience is really going to start to come online. Now, Georgians do have fast fire ships, so at least you can make that work a little bit, but you still need, like, all those upgrades, and the eco for ACCM has just felt so stretched for so long, even though he's doing a good job in resources destroyed. Love to see some more of those building HP upgrades, though, but again, you're very stretched for resources, so he can't be too complainy. Also, no blast furnace. But yeah, look at this guy. Now you garrison the tower. It is going to be so annoying to try and stop this. You're just going to lose so many freaking units, man. Tower goes down, but there's still so much more stone to be mined here for ACCM. That is correct, Kuri. Makes it much easier to switch into. You have a little bit more gold income as you're trying to send Vills back over here with your cannon galleons. But now the fire galleys are on the way. It looks like you also got your war galley upgrade denied. And just more towers coming in, and look at this. It's exactly what I was saying, guys. You're keeping the middle here a stalemate. You're doing all this nonsense over to the south. You're still trying to keep your opponent from mining gold to the north. Now, of course, Lewis himself is trying to smartly take back the water. But I think you guys are able to see here that the longer this game goes on, the better it's going to be for our Cyan player. Oh, good quick walls there. And that tower does go down. Last furnace finally coming in. Genbo's still missing some upgrades themselves. 78 on food right now. ACCM is still positive in the villagers killed, though, all things considered. And like I said, those Hussars trade so horribly against Monospa. Guilds! Keep up. I just think it's going to be so tough to do that, though. I mean, look, he's got keeps and fortified churches everywhere in his eco. Still just fire galleys, but yeah, you need to keep up the pressure here. You don't want Lewis collecting gold. Because, of course, if you're not careful, the gold-costing range units in the Genoese crossbowmen are going to be really, really efficient. And there's still 27 of them. It's not a small amount, even if they don't have elite yet. It's not, like, the most important elite upgrade. And this is exactly what I'm saying, guys. Exactamundo. Keeping up with the keeps. Keeping the pressure up on that castle there. Keeping the pressure up on the side. Uphill battle. I mean, it's just, they can't go anywhere. Lewis is trying to raid. But remember that Spawn Towers also gives all of your defenses +2 attack. It's honestly pretty crazy. I don't even know why. Like, Yasuba doesn't do that. Ipsong doesn't do that. Gets the snipe right there. RB value now tilting slightly in favor of ACCM, but now Lewis is back to 0 gold. ACCM's got gold income. He still has tons more stone to mine. Not to mention, like, all of that was me saying that, or making the assumption that ACCM doesn't also have access to this gold. Like, if he has access to this gold, then it's just all over. Siege Engineer is, of course, going to be a good one. Pass-through damage is extremely strong, in fact. That's going to be where the Genbos are thriving. They do have 71 kills on them. And ACCM does need to not let these Cannon Galleons do all their Cannon Galleon-y things. Lewis has kept that castle alive. Architecture coming in now as well. War Galley researching. This is tough. This is such a tough spot here for Lewis. More docks coming in here. Now that Cannon Galleon's going to go down, and it's going to be very difficult to get more out at this point. Villagers killed still a net plus 50 here for ACCM. And these buildings are just such a nightmare to push, man. And with that Cannon Galleon going down, now this is going to be a disaster. Oh yeah, Aznori Cavalry also just, you know, added on top. Such a beautifully done game here by ACCM. Like, this was a game that Lewis played well, but ACCM just played even better. As ACCM has now locked down all of the strategic points on the map. Water's still worth it. Like, water in the sense of, like, fishing isn't worth it, but water in the sense that it secures this gold is extremely worth it. Still 12.5k gold there. Lewis is still mining. I guess he's got like 400 gold left there. Obviously, that's not going to last much longer. All right, getting the snipe there. Oh, gets another kill there. Fast fire ship coming in. Yeah, a couple rams would be nice, especially since he now has the food to train them. ACCM's so freaking good, though, man. Like, Lewis wins this game against everybody in Gold League right now. I honestly believe that. And probably, you know, a fair few people in Platinum League as well. But this just goes to show the absolute class of ACCM as a player. I mean, just keeping on top of all of these raids is so freaking tough. ACCM now even has the resources. Lead the Georgian Eco late game is insane. A lot of Georgians have the South, but Lewis just didn't have the mobility at that point to try and stop ACCM from controlling the South. It's tough to stop, because all you need to do is plop down a couple fortified churches. You never get... ACCM literally has murder holes. You don't really get murder holes unless you're investing very heavily into defenses. But it's mostly useful if your opponent is just like... The situations in which you have, in mid to late game, a bunch of units attacking buildings is quite limited. Like, it doesn't really help you all that much versus a bunch of siege rams, and it doesn't help you at all versus trebuchets and bombard cannons. This has been a fantastic game. Very, very well played, but ACCM is going to be the guy who gets the dub. Goes to show, this is a game where ACCM had overall worse micro and worse macro in the early to mid game, and didn't hit the timings as cleanly. And he's still going to get the win. Just by really, really smart and efficient play. But yeah, I mean, 5,000 score difference at this point. Keeps are still coming in. Still have more Monospa. Still have more skirmishers. ACCM posted, I mean, yeah, like, ACCM literally beats every single player except maybe Hera and Yo and maybe Viper if he's in form. Like, this level of play beats almost everybody. More cannon, but he was never set up to do so in the first place. That's the issue. With the way that Lewis was trying to push, it was trying to be the one big attacker in the middle, and ACCM just did not let that be the type of game that was going to be played because Italians would always win that sort of thing. Yes, because this is why you don't listen to random people on Reddit and Discord and Twitch chat who say that Georgians are not insane and one of, if not the best late game civs. That's also part of it for sure. Anyway, as this game is winding down, Lewis only has one castle left on the hills. I mean, it's crazy good. $109 on food for Lewis, man. It wasn't enough? Well, it's because this game was set up in a way that the Genoese crossbowmen were not set up for success, right? I mean, ACCM was never fighting the Genbows head-on unless he had an enormous hit numbers advantage. After I'm coming in, there we go. There. Have these 8 Monospa been here, like, all game? I feel like they've been there for so long. I mean, yeah, it absolutely is in part the map. This game looks very different if it was, Arabia. Genbows are slow and they don't kill buildings. Talent suggestions after... Oh, I know. Yeah, ACCM has Azari Cavalry. That's how you see this number being higher than 100. Or 200. It is also higher than 100, to be fair. Wait a minute. No, it's not. I mean, he absolutely has his Nori Cavalry. Oh, geez, look at this, guys. Hand cannons? That's not a troll move. That's an awesome player move. Absolutely brutal, man. Castle goes down. I mean, Lewis is just digesting this loss. I mean, this is a rough one. Guys, Elite Monospa have 8 melee armor. The Hussars deal 4 damage a hit to them, while taking, what? 17? I mean, it's like, it's not like Halb or Heavy Camel bad, but it's like the next best thing. Well, remember, they're not elite. They're still the Castle Age Genoese crossbowmen. Onager coming in too, because why not, man? Why not? I mean, this is ACCM playing Georgians to a T. Absolutely. Oh, man. ACCM has, like, leveraged every possible civ bonus here. I mean, that... Guys, this from ACCM is, like, one of the highest level games I have seen from, like, the 20-minute mark to the hour and 15-minute mark. They were both doing the exact same thing in early game. Neither player could get a huge lead until Lewis eventually got a bit of a lead. Lewis had the better macro. He had the better eco. I mean, he was faster to Castle Age by 50 seconds. He was faster to Imp by 50 seconds. And yet, look at this, 15,000 more gold, 3 times the stone collected. Oh, Manasma are absolutely a top 10 unique unit. Hey, T-West. Yeah, it was huge there from ACCM. Green and Cyan, there you go. Like I said, ACCM beats everybody there except Hera, Yo, and maybe Viper, and even then it's a toss-up versus all of those players. ACCM decisively loses that game versus 0 people in all of AoE. Number 1 Civ pick, though, versus the number 4 Civ pick. Lewis is the GOAT? No, I'm pretty sure he's a guy. Alright, let's see what's next. I am gonna get some more coffee. All right. Constantly every 6th cup. Yeah. All right, Mudflow will be the next map. We do have Incas from ACCM. We do see Incas here a fair bit. I know, all of these civs are good. They're all good. Also, at this rate, guys, I think I might just not cast Platinum League. Is flipped? Is it? No, it's not. No, it's not! See? ACCM and Lewis. Coast Arena? We see it a fair bit. On yourself? You bet you do. You bet you do. It's tough being a corgi. I literally have not seen too low at all. Look how tough it is being a corgi. Croissant. Oh? Now he wants to leave me. Mm-mm-mm. The stew's first birthday? Oh, so it's like one of those things that you just keep on adding a few ingredients, a little more water, and it just never stops. On a villagers on a football field called? What is it, Cassus? Anyway! The Legion of Loom. Alright. Here we are, guys. ACCM in the cyan as the Khmer to the north. Lewis will keep him in green. Will be the Japanese to the south. All right. So, Khmer are always going to be a pick to consider. On any map where you cannot farm around the TC, right? Just give yourself that extra farm efficiency no matter where you have to place it. So, Khmer, in my opinion, always going to work just fine. Why green? Because he picked green in the first game, and we're just keeping things consistent. Japanese. I don't really know why Japanese specifically. Can't see anything. What? It was literally the exact same in the last game. Arena. Oh my god. Guys are so boring. Okay, that's why Japanese, apparently. Okay. Alright. I've seen Dragonstar do this. Yeah, he hasn't taken any of the deep fish at all. Yeah, no, I've seen Dragonstar do this. Well, I was wondering why Japanese, but here is our answer. Here's the thing, though. Once you run out of, like, huntables here, huntables and herdables, you'll need to move the vills away from the TC, at which point you won't have any vills to garrison inside the TC to protect the fishing ships from enemy attacks. So that could be a little tricky. But we'll have to see what these guys have in mind. The fish traps? I mean, you're not going to delete the fishing ships. Yes. Back in ye old days, you would just delete the fishing ships. Now, nowadays you always fish trap. Is it first? It is a play all three. Also, I don't know why that decided to not work that, but yeah, it's just 3 games no matter what. And yeah, it's worth it, for sure. For sure. Why you got an ad? Cause you didn't sub until just now, Cassis. That's why. But yeah, now you're getting an early villager lead as Lewis. Called you out. I was just looking at the sub icon. But I don't know why a sub message didn't pop back up. That's my question. All right, 19 pop, no loom here for ACCM. Bills are pretty safe over there. And yeah, just more bills coming over here to the side, and Lewis is going to be rocking a 3 villager advantage just from the fishing ships at the moment. He did get loom. Because in case you guys didn't know this, researching loom makes your villagers harder to kill. What is crazy, though, is that in playing the AOC campaigns, I noticed that castles in AOC were way less accurate than they are now, but TCs are way less accurate now than they were back then. I'm a quiet subber? Ah, okay. It's so strange. Alright, Scout's gonna be coming in, double bit-axe on its way, all that good stuff. Basically, ACCM is just treating this game like, okay, we're Khmer, we have the farmers. Bills are nice and safe here, so we can skip loom, so we can go ahead and... I mean, he's playing the map, right? But it's still an overall very normal-looking build. It's a bit odd, for sure. I don't know why. Yeah, just 3 fishing ships. Just early? Yes. Like I said, I first saw this strategy from Dr. Agenstar. Very inaccurate, yep. Yep. Smack that. Power creep killed AOC. Without ballistics? I have no idea. But why are arrows more accurate for castles now and less accurate for things like TCs? Maybe like all of the arrows now properly target the units? Like the same unit? In a straight line, huh? Yeah, but I just don't know. I don't know the mechanics of it, I guess. Anyway, the Spearmen are, of course, a big X factor here for Lewis. Oh, ACCM, gotta hop in the house. Definitely using all the Chimera bonuses. And Lewis himself is perfectly safe behind this, and, I mean, like I say, just has that 3 villager lead. He's only slightly ahead in resources, though, because remember, he also had an investment, right? That's 5 fishing ships, so it's a lot of wood, and he's gonna get a vill. Oh, he loses the scout, though, because the downhill hit. If that was a Japanese spearman, man, he would have escaped. Food diff. ACCM's ahead. This actually makes sense because you need more vills on wood to produce all those fishing ships, and they haven't all paid off yet. Anyway, archers are out here. Very necessary. You can see all of the spearmen on the field. Higher above. It seemed like back in AOC, the castle had like 1 arrow that was directly aimed at the target, and then all of the other arrows had much less accuracy, and were just like going in the same direction as the target. Oh, great micro there from ACCM. Holy cow. Beautifully done. Wow, that was a little hot, guys. I'm not going to lie. That was just a little bit sexy. Just a little bit, guys. All right. 7 fishing ships, guys. Resources lead here for Lewis, but remember, it's still going to be just in wood for now. That should flip fairly soon, though. Galley. Oh, there's dock over here. And Fishboom, or... What was that? Well, rip her. Nice kill there for Lewis. Not sure why that happened, but it sure did. That's really bad for ACCM, I think. Okay, he got 2 Vills. How did he get 2 Vills and only lost 1 scout? How did the 2 spearmen fail to kill more than 1 scout? I mean, to be fair, like, these scouts are very low HP, but I sure thought that there would be more dead units there for ACCM. That said, looks like these scouts on the other side have gotten a little bit more value as well. Defensive watchtowers incoming, but not there yet. Making another kill. Very nicely done here from Lewis. Both players taking some heavy losses, but, I mean, Lewis has the fishing ships. He has the fishing chips. Oh, now those spearmen are getting value as Lewis gets ahead in the KD, and now ACCM is building the barracks. But this is going to be getting really bad for him as Dr. Agenstar's fish boom strategery really going to be coming online. Defensive watchtower is forced out, but that's not really the end of the world here for our red player. Another Vill goes down. 5 villagers now killed here for each player. That wasn't really worth it for ACCM. Right now, an 11 pop lead for Lewis. He's also mining some stone so he can build more towers as necessary. Good stuff there. This is looking good. Those Vills are still safe for the time being. Gotta be careful. Another demo. Oh, Vill does go down. Lewis getting ahead now, and the villagers killed, and he's got 9 fishing ships, man. ACCM gets 1 more kill there. Now remember, Lewis does not have an archery range. Oh, just at the last second. It is often very tough to play Feudal Age without an archery range. When fishing ships can garrison, and you can get Feudal Age Gillnet's version fishing lines, I think it's called. 2 more Vills dying for ACCM. He's just having such a tough time protecting his Vills over here. Yeah, it's a pity Japanese don't get bloodlines. Then their scout play would be even better. Yeah, neither player is getting to Castle Age anytime soon. Red's still limited by his food income because he only has the fishing ships and no other food sources, and ACCM is just constantly getting his farms raided. I mean, he's doing the best job he can to protect his villagers, but Lewis is just relentless. Market usage coming in, going to try and maybe get a little bit closer to Castle Age, securing more of his resources with towers and walls. ACCM, just the 1 tower here, no stone income to speak of. Yeah, Lewis wants Castle Age. I mean, he's using the market heavily. Yeah, this eco advantage for Lewis is just getting crazy. Up. Oh, the tower got the kill. Ah. Now we have another dock coming in and even more fishing ships. And Lewis looking good here to tie up the series 1-1. Non-water maps. Yeah, there are very few Vills here to garrison in the TC, but you don't need many. Scout there of ACCM goes down. Lewis does not want to drop his first series 0-3. Exponentially better? It sure is. I mean, Lewis, even without it, Lewis would be doing better because he just keeps on getting these villager kills and he's not losing many. But as you can just see how much safer his economy is than ACCM's. I mean, ACCM is literally able to jump into houses and it's not quite as good. Now we got one archery range incoming. I was thinking you just go double stable knights here, but no, we could always just go cav archers instead because, you know, that's how AoE is played. Are less offensive than the CA bonus? Indeed. And technically they're Osaka's bombard cannons, not Kyoto's.
Are less offensive than the CA bonus.
Thanks, Earthshaker. 51 to 36 villagers, 13 fishing ships. It's literally a 2 difference, but 13 fishing ships and double knights and double cav archers and another TC coming in as this eco is just getting so out of hand here. Is he on 3 ranges? Nah, just the 2. Got some malls even coming up here on the side. This is all sorts of a disaster for ACCM. Bodkin coming in. Yeah. A corrector guy. Congratulations, Cassis. Well, I mean, at this point, Lewis can just get ready to drop a castle pretty soon. There's not really anything ACCM can do to stop him at this point. Gillnet's coming in, sure. Not a single farm built by Lewis. Which is probably why, actually, he's not going double stable knights. That actually makes sense now that I think about it. You just don't have the food income. Ballistics coming in. Oh, yeah, this game is over. This is a thing? Okay. I'm not too sure what this is all about, but it's clearly a thing. Gonna be sick? Please, no. Even if you kill literally all the fishing ships here, I think it's probably way too far over. And you actually have a knight patrolling here anyway. Isn't changing? No. If anything, it's actually getting slightly better. No, ACCM. Come on, man. There we go. Lewis ties us up. Dr. Agenstar, PhD. With the new water balance, I have no idea what happens once the thingy goes live. The DLC. That is a T90 question. But yeah, we are all tied up. Very well done from Lewis. Prepared strategy, executed well, and not really a whole lot ACCM was able to do to stop that. Number 1 Civ pick. The 17th. And African River is our last map. Well, the thing is, there's like literally always a tournament happening. So there's never really a good time to launch a DLC. As much? I think it's a bit much. I think it's much less of an issue if you're without fish traps, though. I think that fish traps in AOC were, like, useless. And they should be useful, but they're way too good in, like, the early game and way too small of an area. All right, we're in the lobby. As far as civs go here, probably Incas for ACCM and Dravidians or Malay or even Bengalis. Probably Dravidians, though, from Lewis. Farm sized? That's a big fish trap. Trirem, I think that's very fair to blame Trirem, especially for not releasing the Muisca Tech tree yet. Oh, still in the lobby. Yeah, if anything, it's BF that requires the fish trap changes. Any minute now. Any minute now. All right, a minute 13. Oh, that's right. The corgi abandoned me. How could I forget? Yeah, I think that's really the big part of it, is just being able to stack so many fishing ships in one tiny area. Anyway, guys, here we are. ACCM in the cyan as the Incas to the west. This is his home map. And to the east in the red as Uncle C Tom, it will be Lewis, winning the last one. All tied up at 1 apiece. It was like a really back and forth slugfest type game number 1, and then just a very well executed strategy in game number 2. So 2 very different games. Let's see what game number 3 has for us. And fishing ship speed, I think that's kind of, I think increasing the garrison capacity is what the upgrades do in the future. And I think that is a bit of an indirect nerf to fish traps. Fish trapping. Because I really hate all the pond BF booming. It's like, oh, okay, so you have one pocket who has a fish boom and is now like a gajillion villagers ahead of the pocket that doesn't have a fish boom. Also, the pocket is Slavs and they're fish booming because it's literally better than just farming. It is disgusting. So, we got 4 on wood here. The asymmetries that make BF amazing. Generally speaking, I agree, because I hated BF when it was all mirror matches. But I just think that fish booming itself is way too powerful. Big Fish wants to know your location. I mean, yeah, the cool part about BF is that you can literally have a guy in Feudal Age and a guy in Imperial Age, and the game isn't immediately over. Anyway, Doc... Whoa, hold on. I thought this would be for an early Doc. You see a bunch of vills on wood early on in the hybrid map, you're like, oh yeah, it's just going for the Doc. Fish entirely? I guess that is something you could do. You have the ponds, but there aren't any fish in them. The thing is, I think there are people who really like the fish booming stuff. Alright. I think I'm in actually a sizable minority to dislike it. Or rather, a very insubstantial minority. Well, I mean, obviously, this has to do something big. This was ACCM's number 2 civ pick. What just happened, guys? Okay, that was weird. And to be fair, Lewis wasn't paying immediate attention. Uh-oh, villager goes down immediately. Counter, I mean, it is if you're going forward, but it just creates a lot of very weird situations. At the very least, I wish that you didn't have to fish boom if your civ was better at regular booming. Like, I think it's so sad to see Khmer, Slavs, etc. fish booming, you know? And it's like, well, if they didn't fish boom, then they would just be dead. To an ally, and yet we don't see that very often, because it's... Unless the meta has changed, and I haven't seen BF for several months now. it's like always better to have the pocket fish boom than the flank fish boom. And at least that was the case in the last BF tournament. Anyway, Doc coming in over here. Only one Vil has gone down. Vils are even going to try and punch their way to freedom over here. Vil's going to be getting back to work. And remember, red is up to Feudal Age much faster. Yeah, exactly. Like, you see the Teuton pocket fish booming. And that, like, always be the case whenever they can. And it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Anyway, Lewis himself is making a bunch of infantry. Just now going over to the gold, but because he's making all that infantry, he can't afford a fire galley. Uh-oh. He still will need 10 more gold. That'll be enough. Oh, actually, no, he's getting the men-at-arms upgrade, so he still can't get a fire galley. Is he trying to launch a counterattack? He is indeed. These Vils are walled in for the present, but obviously there's nothing to actually stop these units. Wait, why are you making a fishing ship, ACCM? Alright, still not able to build the mining camp yet. And here come the men-at-arms for Lewis. Men-at-arm immediately on the way here for ACCM. And yeah, there's the important stuff. Gonna have to go back over to the wood line here as our Cyan player. Oh wait, is he just trying to bait out fire ships? Because it's not happening. Okay, no, he is making a fire galley. Odd. There, archery range coming in. Oh! I don't even know how that just happened, but Men-at-Arm died. One Vil will die in turn. Nope. Yeah, defensive tower coming in. At the very least, the wood and gold are all kind of in the same area that you can protect it with a single watchtower. But Lewis is struggling for wood income. He's gone up here to the north, but obviously doesn't have many villagers. Fire Galley is out. But so far, this has certainly been a very annoying opening from ACCM. The overall res collected are still quite similar, so it's not like it's, you know, GG or anything like that. And you still have the 4 men-at-arms alive as red. Well, I don't know, where are they? Defensive watchtower incoming. I don't think ACCM knows about this. Nope. Actually, wait, this is only one villager building it. Okay, never mind. No, you're good. You're good. Meanwhile, ACCM's fishing ship here is sniped, but the fire galley's going to go down, and that means that the other fishing ship there is going to die. Nothing too crazy. Tower's going to go up here in just a moment. Archer and men-at-arm are coming in. Hey, what are all those Vils doing? Not sure what that was all about. Oh, they are coming on home. Archery range counterattack coming in here from Lewis. He does have the faster attacking skirms, of course, as the Dravidians. Still have an eagle over here. Dock number 2 coming up. Fishing ship there, of course, needs to be a bit careful. Oh. I mean, this is getting very, very messy. Tower number 2 coming up over there. Of course, the Inca discounted towers are going to be very helpful here for ACCM. But yeah, this is messy, 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 messy. I think the fishing ship might have gone down as well, or will in a moment. And yet, the overall kills in favor of ACCM. Focuses down that weak men-at-arm, but you have to be careful yourself. Range number 2 coming in. I mean, yeah, it's a very chaotic map for sure. Chaotic, aggressive, hybrid map is what I would call it. Actually, 1 HP ship and 6 HP ship there, but it means that they're not working. Now, it says you have 15 bills on food. You have 7 here and 3 here. Where are the other ones? I guess there's 1 over there. No fletching in yet for either player. ACCM just now finishing the blacksmith, and there are the other villagers actually taking that hunt long distance. But now in come the men-at-arms and skirmishers here for our Dravidians player, Lewis, and that is going to be very good for Lewis. ACCM losing track of the army in a map where you simply cannot afford to ever lose track of your opponent's army. One vill might be saved. Maybe. Nah. One vill dies on the other side, but that is not the end of the world since you got 3 kills over on the other side, but that was a much-needed win there for Lewis. Now, ACCM does have a fair amount of stone, as Incas. He can easily afford 2 more towers. But where would you go for them? Would you try and tower up there to the north? I know I would. You see your opponent's army down here to the south, just send the vill over here and start towering. But Lewis himself does have a vill at least over here. And he's got town watching. Population still relatively even, just a little bit of a lead here for ACCM at this point. Lots of fire galleys still being trained right now for Lewis. Really going to try and keep up with the water play. Market now coming in here for ACCM, who has stopped mining stone entirely, so maybe he just wants Castle Age. And ACCM now with his own outpost. No town watch in for him yet. Random vill over here with the random fire galley. That's just kind of what this map is all about. Is the army coming back here, but Lewis is at least paying a little bit closer attention. He will lose 1 villager. ACCM still +3 in that aspect. But my concern now for Lewis is that he just doesn't have any food income. It was much easier in the last game for Lewis when he didn't have to, that he had no farmers, when he could have all the fishing ships instead. This game, he doesn't have all the fishing ships, and so his own inability to place farms wherever he needs to is a major issue. Right, it's not like you have a ton of farms here for ACCM, but that is like just enough by the looks of things with like the 2 fishing ships, the few hunters, and then all those foragers. It might just be enough to get him to Castle Age, where at that point you have a huge food discount on your Eagles warriors, right? It's 20%. So it's what? 16 food an Eagle warrior? That's not much. Massive? Well, I mean, it's a 20% discount. Pretty darn significant. All right. Castle Age coming in, and this, I think, is going to be an absolute disaster for Lewis. It will be a sudden disaster, in fact. He's trying to add in more fishing ships and more skirmishers, but Castle Age is coming in. More Eagle Warriors are on the way. On food? Exactly. Actually, so in Imperial Age, it's 25%. So it's, what? 15 food an Eagle Warrior? Is there any unit in the game that costs less food than that? Any military unit? I don't think so. I think that actually might be the cheapest food costing military unit. There is one? Fire Lancers don't cost food at all. Gurjara skirms were equal? Yeah, that's 20... Well, I mean, it would be Gurjara skirms and Byzantine skirms, right? But you don't have any men-at-arms right now. And the thing is, your food income here is about to be really heavily pressured. You're basically an entire Castle Age research time behind. I can immediately go for the kill. Or I guess wait for Squires. And Eagle Warrior. Oh, even a few archers here in a beautiful location as well from ACCM. Just always having these units in the good spot to do something useful. Causing more idle time. You have a couple men-at-arms queued up, but still you only have a single barracks at the moment. There we go, Squires is in. And this is going to be so tough to stop. And you get a further speed boost, remember, of course, with the Eagle Warrior upgrade. And the 5 extra HP, both of which are quite helpful. This could be it here for Lewis, and ACCM could be looking at a 2-1 win. Still, this would be the first not sweep of Platinum League. And Lewis is already going to be the best performing Gold League player at this point. But yeah, I mean, going up against ACCM in first round, already taking a game off of him in a very dominant fashion at that, was already very good result for him. Yep, Incan Eagles not going to be here much longer. Got to make use of them while you can. Yeah, you're kind of super dead here, Lewis. And remember, like, you'd only need, like, 2 slingers to kill all the swordsmen. Chicken suit men or chicken suit menning. Very hard. Random demo ship, I guess. Sure. Oh, congrats, you trapped the eagles. Just kidding. No, you didn't. Long swordsman coming in. Again, you literally have 3 swordsmen. ACCM just adds another TC. Oh, Lewis never even got double mid-axe. And again, you already have an archery range. You just need a few slingers. Like I said, I do think slingers are overpowered in Castle Age. We'll have to see what changes they have. And yet, Lewis fights on. He's down almost 20 villagers. And now you're, what, gonna make swordsman with 6 on food? That's a bit of a problem. That costs food? Yes, but they completely shut down almost all infantry play without needing many upgrades whatsoever. That's my issue with them. It's too easy to mix in like 2 to 3 slingers, and then it just completely shuts down a ton of infantry. Totem monk slingers are more consistent than monks are, though. Train faster. Yep. An elite slinger upgrade? I would tend to agree. Like, if they just had 5 bonus damage versus infantry in Castle Age and then a plus 10 in Imperial Age, I think the unit is, like, perfect. No problems with them at all. But as it stands, I think it's too hard of a counter with too little an investment required. Anyway, Lewis is still super dead, by the way. In case you were wondering, hey, Ornlu, is Lewis any less dead than he was a couple minutes ago? Nope. Third TC also coming in. What? Okay, this feels like a gather point fail. Yeah, there we go. Even ACCM would have resigned in this position? Yeah, not too sure on this one, Lewis. Swordsmen also have no upgrades other than Long Swordsman itself. Not the let the Eagles have a ton, but it's something. There we go. ACCM gets the win. Just everything Lewis was trying to do this game was just like he had a curveball after curveball after curveball thrown at him. But well done there from ACCM. And he will be getting the first win in his group. That is not the right player. Not coming home today. It is not. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, not too sure how I'm going to be streaming going forward because it just doesn't seem like it's worth it to stream TTL Plat, so we'll figure something out. Anyway, see you guys next time.